run. Golovkin finished with a small rally. Crowd is going berserk. They love the action they saw.
Let's just stop right there before we go any further. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. It's 4:24 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, June the 14th, 2018. So about 12 hours or so ago, here, let's go look at it real quick. I got it over here for you guys. About 12 hours or so ago, Canelo and Golovkin's team both struck a deal. This is from the Golden Boy Promotions social media page right here. As you can see, the deal is done. Canelo GGG2, September the 15th. Now, this is the second time a deal has been done for the rematch. Remember, back in May, they were supposed to fight, but Canelo was suspended by the Nevada State Athletic Commission for failing a drug test. It was Nevada State Athletic Commission, right, where he had the hearing, right? He failed the drug test. Then later on, it was found that they tested the hair follicles, so he didn't fail the drug test. Whatever the case may be, whatever the case was, the rematch didn't go forward in May. So therefore, you had Golovkin, who had to find another opponent. He went to fight Vinis Martirosyan because he didn't want to waste the training camp and go on the longest layoff of his career. Since then, Golovkin has lost his IBF title because the IBF was going to allow for Canelo and Golovkin to go on, but since it didn't happen, they said, okay, you got to fight Sergey Derevchenko, the #1 contender, mandatory. Golovkin didn't do that. Golovkin is stripped. Now, it's a more complex story, but I've did these videos before. So we're trying to focus on how we got here, briefly, and then focus on the rematch. In my opinion, I think Golovkin wins the rematch. I think he wins the rematch. I think in the second half of the fight, he realized that Canelo couldn't hurt him, and you saw the dynamic change where he just started walking through Canelo's punches. So going into round 13, the first round of the second fight, you have to think, well, let's go back down memory lane. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. Please subscribe.
Let's go to Michael Buffer for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the scorecards after 12 rounds of boxing. Adelaide Bird scores it 118 to 110 for Canelo.
That right there was the biggest. I remember watching the fight live, and I'm thinking that was the biggest thing right there. It's like 118. How? And that's when we knew, that's when we knew, some shadiness was in play. But see, here's the thing. The first fight could have went either way. I'm fine with the draw, but in my opinion, I didn't see Canelo winning that fight. If anybody won, in my opinion, it was Golovkin. But hey, woulda, coulda, shoulda. The fight was a draw. We're here now. The controversy came from people saying that Canelo cards are shady, which they have been in Vegas. And how did Adelaide Bird come up with such a wide scorecard for Canelo with 118, 110? That is the meat and potatoes of the controversy right there. How did this judge score a very close fight where majority of the fans, the promoters, hell, we're having a rematch, right? Sports analysts, media people felt that it was a close fight. So where did she get 118, 110, especially when she's got the best seat in the house sitting right there on the ring apron? In fact, I'm going to pull her up for you, Adelaide. So the deal is supposed to be for around, 42%, 42.5% for Golovkin. Maybe he got a little more because it was initially reported that Golovkin had declined the 57.5 is such a weird number. 57.5%. that Canelo was supposed to get, and 42.5 for Golovkin. But now, you know, it's official. So did they give him more, or did that percentage include pay-per-view buys and not ticket sales or something? We still need some more information. But here's Adelaide Byrd right here. She is the wife of Robert Byrd. That's her. So seductive. And she does MMA too. Remember, Robert Byrd was the referee for Mayweather McGregor. That's his wife. That's her. So seductive and alluring. But anyway, back down memory lane we go. How did she get that 110, 118 card?
Let's go to Michael Buffer for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the scorecards after 12 rounds of boxing. Adelaide Byrd scores it 118 to 110 for Canelo. Dave Moretti scores it 115-113 for Triple G. And Don Trella scores it 114-114, a three-way split. This is officially a draw.
Do you think?
Well, I think a draw is a...
Also, it was reported. I really like this guy's Twitter. He really takes the time to read all that stuff and put it all together. But
the day...
the rematch was in jeopardy, though. But it wasn't at no point in time where I felt that the fight wasn't going to happen. Even when Billy Joe Saunders dropped out of his fight against Martin Murray. Hold on, it's something I want to show you. This right here. Golovkin's promoter, Tom Loeffler, revealed there was an agreement in place for GGG to fight Billy Joe Saunders in late August. However, it was always plan B behind Canelo. So, has it been proven that, for example, I still have this video.
How many viewers do we have? Quite some viewers.
So there was controversy, right? Where Billy Joe Saunders, WBO 160-pound champion, was supposed to fight Martin Murray, a fight that was remember Martin Murray was supposed to beat Sergio Martinez years back. He lost to Golovkin for the WBC silver title a few years back. So he was getting another title shot against Billy Joe Saunders for that WBO shot June the 23rd, just next week. Remember, it's June the 14th right now. So when he pulled out of the fight, Martin Murray went on to social media saying that Billy Joe Saunders shit house, and he was a shit house, meaning that he was scared. That's what that means over there in the UK, I found out. So then saying that he was going to try to get the Canelo or the Golovkin fight, and that's the reason why he pulled out of their fight, costing Martin Murray this long training camp, etc., etc. Now Martin Murray is fighting Roberto Garcia on that same card, so he is getting a fight, but not the payday that he would have been getting if he would have been fighting Billy Joe Saunders, long story short. So with this news to come out right here, it kind of really does make Billy Joe Saunders look bad after he had all that good momentum of beating David Lemieux in a fight that had good ratings. It was all talked about afterwards. And for him to do something like this, you know, and then to say this, for example, this was what he released about 2 days after the news came out that he wouldn't be fighting Martin Murray, after Martin Murray was clowning him on social media saying, yo, you know, we all know you pulled out of my fight because, you know, Canelo and Golovkin are having issues. I'm paraphrasing what Martin Murray said. So it really makes Billy Joe Saunders look bad. Let's go back down memory lane. Listen to this.
We gotta wait till we're building up this time of day for some good viewers. We got 200-300 nearly already. We're waiting for this broadcast. Right, just want to put a few things out there, people, yeah? Obviously, the business end of the boxing world, this is aimed at you, Martin Murray. Mate, I'll see you put on that I'm a shithouse and this and that you put on your Instagram. Who the fuck has got to be a shithouse from you? What you are is a bum. You are a tick-over fight for me. You was a tick-over fight. You were never dangerous. You were played eat the jab. You'd have got beat comfortable. But I understand that you're frustrated because you wanted your paycheck before you give up and retire because you've got family. But there's one thing here, Martin Murray. If I'm a shithouse, I'll be in Manchester on Saturday. Walk to my face and say that. Walk to my face and say that to my face, and I will lay you cold up the floor. That's what will happen to you. So, for shithouse reasons, and you brung the David A tweet up. Yes, I did tweet David A's a shitbag when he was supposed to fight Tyson Fury. I did tweet that because Tyson Fury spent about 90 grand on 2 training camps and the fight didn't happen. So, there's a difference between... Let's talk about business. The reason why you are where you are, and I'm where I'm at, because I'm a clever businessman when it comes to stuff like this. You are nothing but a bum who takes chances and desperate needs. I've got no need to do that. I have plenty of money. I invest. I've invested. I've done...
He's not looking so clever now, though, you know? Like, I wonder how did it go down? Did Frank Warren call Billy Joe up, or Billy Joe call Frank up and say, yo, Canelo and Golovkin is available. The fight's not happening. Have you talked to Golden Boy or anybody from over there? Yeah, I called, and, you know, they say it's a chance we can get the fight. We talked to Golovkin. How did it go down for him to be like, all right, well, fuck Martin Murray, you know, we're not fighting him? How did it go down? That's what I want to know. Because right now, fans are going to be looking at him like, yo, you fucking dickhead. You really did shit house. I don't get it. Now, in regards to Danny Jacobs, you know, Golden Boy was working on Danny Jacobs while Golovkin's team was working on Billy Joe Saunders. So we would have had, you know, we would have likely had Golovkin versus Billy Joe Saunders for the WBC, WBA, and WBO title that Billy Joe Saunders has on August the 25th is what, you know, basically, you know, the promoter was saying right here. Oh, wow, somebody's up. Oh, no. I don't want that one. For late August the 25th, right? And then a few weeks later, you would have had Canelo versus Danny Jacobs. So you had both of those sides working on 2 different fighters. And yeah, those would have been good fights, but the big money fight obviously is Canelo versus Golovkin. Canelo versus Billy Joe Saunders don't do 1.3 million pay-per-view buys here in the States. Canelo versus Jacobs don't do 1.3 million pay-per-view buys here in the States. Golovkin versus Jacobs, Golovkin versus Saunders, no, it doesn't. So if they did 1.3 for the first fight with no animosity, just them, you know, going in there off of what they had, Golovkin holding those belts and building his name up, and Canelo being the Mexican superstar, you know, face of American pay-per-view. Now they got this animosity. Remember, Golden Boy was pissed. They was like, yo, y'all talking all this shit about, you know, what's cheating and everything like that. You know, it was making negotiations really sour, but now the fight is here. So I'm guessing sometime in the next week or so, we're going to hear about a press tour or something like that where they're going to travel around. I'm going to get up to New York. I'm feeling a lot better to be able to get around for a trip like that. So, you know, we got to get back out there. I'm sure there's going to be more to talk about. I'm going to wait to do a live stream and probably one more video before I let this rest until, you know, some more quality news comes out, news worth reporting. Because this has been, you know, like tiresome, them going back and forth like there is a deal, there's no deal. But I've been confident that they were going to get a deal done. Let me finish listening to Billy Joe Saunders first.
Very sensible thing. So I don't need to take silly risks for money. I don't need to do that. I'm at the business scale of the stuff now. So just to get back to you that I shit from you, who are you to say that I shit from you? Who are you, mate? Martin Murray, been beat 10 times. You're a nobody, mate. You're an absolute nobody. Sorry to get you off your high horse because you got announced to be fighting for a world title and that you're not doing it now because of the reason the big Jippo here, you know, he's got injured and he's not going to take no silly risks. So stick to your track and I will stick to my track. There's a difference between I'm undefeated, not been beaten because I've been sensible. And you don't take chances at the business end.
And he keeps talking about the business end. And, you know, man, this is really coming back to bite him, isn't it? This was on his Instagram a couple of weeks ago. So it's probably not there anymore. I have the whole video, though. I downloaded it. Damn, Billy Joe. Who is he going to fight now? Luckily, it's the WBO, so Frank Warren and the WBO and HBO and Bob Arum, all those guys are in cahoots. So luckily, he ain't going to be stripped. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. Please subscribe.